Grant Thornton is a leading Canadian accounting and business advisory firm specializing in tax, audit, and advisory services in 60 offices in Canada and in over 100 countries around the world. I'm Hal Roberts, and today on Canadian Business Spotlight, I'm going to talk to the company's CEO, Phil Noble, and partner Jim Menzies about why they have such a passion for helping private business. You talk a lot about passion in your industry, but I guess you're also quite passionate about seeing your clients succeed as well, aren't you?
You know, private business is really the backbone of the Canadian economy. And when I reflect upon Grant Thornton, it's really the backbone of our firm right across the country. So to get to your question, why do we like to see them succeed so much, it really goes to the fundamental strength of the Canadian economy. We love working with private business, and it's who we are, it's what we stand for.
And it's really your employees too, isn't it, Jim, that really helps those private businesses succeed?
Well, absolutely. Most private businesses are looking for their advisors to have the same level of passion for their business that they do. And that's a fun environment to work in. And when you get yourself to a position where you make what's most important to your client important to you, you feel really committed, and it's a really satisfying thing to go through.
Now, you touched on the word passion. Sometimes it's a little overused, Phil, but it really is a big mantra of who you are and what you're all about, isn't it?
Well, it really is. As Jim says, when we put our clients' interests first and in the center of everything that we do, it makes our work very rewarding for us. And when we see the passion that our clients have for their success, it's easy to work alongside them.
Well, how do you help your clients' business grow, Jim? Like, what do you do?
As clients grow, their operations become more complex, and as their operations become more complex, they need more help. And that allows us to bring experts from other arms of our firm into the client relationship, ultimately really strengthening and deepening the relationship that we have with them.
Jim, what are some things about private businesses that people may not even be aware of?
One of the most intriguing things that's going on with private companies right now is their expansions internationally. 20 years ago, most private companies in Canada operated in Canada. They would dabble in the United States, but you wouldn't see them going into European markets often, let alone the more emerging markets. Today, most private companies that I work with have some sort of touch point with the emerging markets around the world, be it China, India, or Brazil, and in many instances, they're actually starting up operations in those countries.
Well, let's hear from one of those clients right now and see what he has to say. Jim and I spoke with Jeff Barclay, VP of Finance for Wentworth Technologies. Wentworth is a global leader when it comes to plastics packaging and packaging molds. Gentlemen, it seems like a very solid business relationship between the two organizations, but how did it all begin, especially for you, Jeff?
Part of our company's DNA is to go out and get quotes for everything we buy, services and supplies. Grant Thornton was on the list of audit firms who quoted us on our audit when we decided to do that. And through several meetings with Jim, he earned my trust, and we awarded the contract to Grant Thornton.
And trust was pretty critical, particularly initially. And it meant that I and some others had to spend quite a bit of time with Jeff and other people in the company understanding what was important to them so that we could make it important to us.
Now, Wentworth Technologies has gone international. How has Grant Thornton really helped you with that process?
Well, Grant Thornton has a strong presence in Poland, and not only the statutory audits that they do for us, but international tax planning, our structuring so that we can efficiently move money back and forth from Poland to Canada and vice versa has been very instrumental in the growth of the company.
And our goal there is to try to provide seamless service between here in Canada and our Polish firm. So we put a lot of time and effort into making sure that our people in Poland are just as dedicated to serving Wentworth and Jeff as I am.
Sounds great. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us here on Canadian Business Spotlight.
Great. Thanks very much, Hal.
Thanks, Hal.
To find out more about how to grow your private business, go to cabusinesstv.com/Grant Thornton.